All right, NFL teams will find talent anywhere. Rugby league, sumo wrestling. What are the chances a player with no college experience makes it to the NFL? Teron Beckham is the cousin of Giants star Odell Beckham Jr. Teron granted us access to watch him train at the Test Football Academy with Kevin Dunn. What we saw was a previously unknown player who's now on the verge of shattering records.
Who are you? Where did you come from? What planet are you from?
Kevin Dunn is the CEO of Test Football Academy in New Jersey. He identified Beckham as a natural.
How do we replicate that? How do you do that the day of your pro day?
He offered him a chance to take his excellent pedigree and construct an NFL player.
What if we could create an opportunity for this kid to, to come on board and give him the shot that he has so wanted for so long?
His road to becoming an NFL hopeful, though, was anything but ordinary. This is the last video of Beckham playing. It's from high school. Beckham decided to move before his senior year to help relieve financial stress on his family.
I wasn't thinking about, oh, this is my last year, and, teams are looking at me. I was just thinking about what I could do best, to help everybody out, even if it means my own sacrifice for things. But look, that sacrifice led me here.
He was then forced to leave college football and start a new life in New York, where he became a trainer and fitness model. You know they're going to pull up some pictures of you as a fit. Oh, see, you're already getting a taste of it right now. After 5 years, this 23-year-old man is now ready to give the NFL one more shot. And so far, he's breaking records. His combine bench press is 42 reps at 225 pounds. The record for a running back is 32. And in front of us, without shoes on, he jumped what would be an NFL combine record 45-inch vertical.
A scout would salivate at the opportunity to take a guy with this kind of strength, explosiveness, speed, and power. He's not only going to break records for just the running backs, but he's going to break records for some of the all-time combine records.
Keep that pivot point here.
The specialty for this facility is what NFL teams crave: speed.
Came here with a 45. I think, like I said, I'm getting down to 4.4s.
Mid-4.4s would actually make him the fastest running back in last year's combine, to go along with the strongest and the best jumping ability. What's an NFL team going to get if they bring you on?
They're going to get a workhorse. They're going to get Marshawn Lynch and AP transformed in one person. There's nothing more than me wanting to just be on the field in front of thousands and thousands of fans and just playing my heart out.
So now let's welcome in Teron Beckham. Teron, welcome to the studios. Boy, that was it was impressive watching you work out there at Test Football Academy. That was really amazing.
Good. I try.
Yeah.
I try to impress.
Well, you're turning heads.
Right.
You're turning heads, and you're going to have a chance to turn some more heads. You will be attending the National Scouting Combine on February 25th. That's in Indianapolis. Now, that is just before the NFL Scouting Combine. This is different than the NFL Scouting Combine, right? In what ways?
So, NFL Scouting Combine, I think they invite 300, 350 people. Those are usually from the bigger schools, the more of the 5-star or whatever,
yeah.
D1,
Alabama's,
Alabama,
LSU. It's their draft eligible year,
right. And the combine I'm going to, it's another invite-only combine, but it's kind of like for those players who didn't get, of course, invited to that one, and but are still kind of looks and worthy of making it to the next level, whether it's NFL, CFL, AFL, European League, or but you're still getting looked at basically. So it's still an opportunity.
So in the history of this secondary combine, this National Scouting Combine, there have been 120 players that have been drafted or are playing on NFL teams that competed in the combine you're going to be competing in. Last year, there were 2 guys that were actually drafted. That's kind of encouraging, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very encouraging, and I look to be, one of those people that of course, get to a team. Drafted, hopefully, do I want to get drafted? Yes, I want to get drafted. But getting on the team is my main purpose right now, and just to show myself and do what I can do for the team.
Oh, I think a lot of people would think you would have been drafted if you had played college football. So let's kind of break down this story again. So for the past 5 years, you've not been playing football, but it was not necessarily, of issues of your own. You started off at Stevenson University. You thought you had a full-ride scholarship there, and something was a little confusing, and ultimately you were kind of set out there.
Right. As you said, I thought I was going to get a full-ride scholarship. How they took care of the funds was by loans, and we don't like loans. So
because that means you've got to pay that money up front.
Like I said, I'm paying it now. So paying off the loans now, and it's just I didn't have enough money to even with loans. I didn't have enough money to continue with school, at least stay in the dorms. But with classes, yes. So I was just jumping from dorm to dorm. You know, just that whole semester trying to finish class. Had to give up football. You know, just to work, and it was a tough semester for me.
And then you tried to transfer to a Texas school, but they wouldn't take you because Stevenson wouldn't release your transcripts until you settled the debt with those guys.
Yeah. So, like I said, it was just a tough
hurdle after another.
Yeah, straight out of high school, it was just a tough get going into college.
So, you know, we fast forward now. You come to New York to become a fitness model. Here in the same city as your cousin, Odell. Your very famous cousin, Odell. Now, you've not really stayed in touch with him, but you said that almost kind of like you didn't feel like you wanted to impose on your cousin. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's, you know, we're both young. We're both the same age. He's a star. He's doing his thing, you know. And, you know, that's a lot to take in. And, you know, you got already a lot of family members just throwing themselves at you, contacting, you know. There's no need, you know, for me to be in the way of anything, or like, you know, when the time comes that we're together or doing something, then that time will come. You know, me and his father are very close. We talk weekly about what's going on and stuff, but he's a young guy. He's going to do his thing, and, you know, as I said, we'll connect.
Well, is that time coming soon, though?
I'm pretty sure it is. It is. It definitely is coming soon.
I mean, he's training down south right now, but I mean, do you see you guys training together or maybe connecting before the draft or before the football season?
Possibly. We have talked about it. I'm talking to his father about it right now, actually, that we'll set something up so everybody see us together, which I'm pretty sure everybody would love to see. So that'd be great, you know, for both of us and for the world, you know.
Yeah, it would be awesome. I mean, it seems like, I guess it's in your blood, right? I mean, that superstar kind of ability is really in your blood. Even though you haven't played for the past 5 years, I know a lot of scouts are probably going to be asking why you haven't played and where your college experience is lacking and where your football experience is lacking. How have you been able to compensate for that?
Staying focused, you know, keeping myself disciplined, growing as a man on my own, and making the right choices, and keeping myself busy training. You know what I mean? You know, I've been training for the last 5 years. I have no choice but to get better training consistently almost every day for the last 5 years. You know, if I wasn't where I am now, I would be disappointed in myself, because I'm like, you know, I didn't train hard enough.
Goals change. I mean, when you were 16, when you were 18, your goals may be different than your goal now at the age of 23. So what is your goal right now? What would you consider a win in the next few months?
In the next few months, being on the NFL roster. Being on the NFL roster.
Just making the 53.
Making that 53, you know, being... And just, I want to be an active player. You know, I want to be able, I feel like I could be good enough to go in, get this practice in, learn the plays quickly, and they throw me in and I just show out. You know, that's the type of player I feel like I am.
And your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is to be a Pro Bowler. You know, get that pro ring, you know, take my team to that status, but all the way up there, you know, and not just once, you know, maybe multiple times, you know. And I just want to be a leader and be that person that teams or my teammates are just basically like, you know, this guy Teron, he's a good person, you know, he does his job, and he's very respectable. You know.
Well, I tell you what, you've already gained an amazing following so far. A lot of people are interested. I want you to keep us updated on your progress, how things go at the Combine, the Pro Days, and we're going to be looking forward to possibly seeing you on an NFL roster sometime soon. Teron Beckham, thank you so much for coming in, man. We'll be catching up with you soon, okay?
All right.